So this dairy-free chocolate shake, we're going to be using our almond milk from the last section, and then we've got some cacao powder, we've got some dates. You can use whatever sweetener you want to use, but dates just work really nicely because we're going to be using some frozen bananas, and the frozen bananas are going to really thicken this up. Anytime you add frozen fruit to a smoothie like this, it thickens it up, so you can just play around with that. And if you make a smoothie, you know, normally when I'm making smoothies I just throw in whatever I've got available, and if you do that and you find it's not thick enough, then throw in some frozen fruit and it will make it much thicker. So I'm going to sweeten with the dates because they work well with bananas. Then we've got some cacao nibs just for a little bit of crunch in there. Then we've got some vanilla, some cayenne pepper and some cinnamon just to spice things up a little bit. So let's start with my almond milk, and I'm just measuring on the side of the Vitamix here, the cup measurement. And then frozen bananas, just always a great thing to have ready to go in the freezer. Oh. Just make sure that you freeze the bananas after they've been peeled. I'm sure you would do this. It's worth mentioning. Let's throw in one more. It's a little bit icy. And I'm just cutting them down into halves or thirds to make things easier for the Vitamix. I've got one more in there, which I might use in a second. If the smoothie doesn't come out as thick as I want it to, then we'll add that extra one. Okay, so the cacao powder, our dates, and if you get dates that are marked as pitted, still check to make sure there's no stones or pits in there. The vanilla, you can use the scrapings from an actual vanilla pod. I would use maybe the scrapings from half or a whole vanilla pod in this recipe. Okay, so I'm not going to do the cacao nibs immediately, I'm just going to get this smooth first. Okay, so I'm just giving it a really thorough blend to make sure we get rid of all the bits of date, and then the very last thing to do is to add the cacao nibs and break those down, but still leave just a little bit of chunkiness and crunch in there. So it's just a quick blast on number 10 for a few seconds, and then if you're serving these, I'm going to get a little bit fancy. Serve these in a nice cocktail glass and just top off with a couple more cacao nibs, or just in a regular glass, all ready to go. And again, you can just top that off with a few cacao nibs, a little bit of crunch on top there. Never hurts. There we go, delicious.